Because of the pandemic this year, we were trying to think of ways of what we could do to raise money. Ideas of different suggestions of things came up, but one was very interesting, the password game. So we decided to take some of those classes that are celebrating this year. We have the class of 1971 celebrating their 50th reunion. We have the class of 76 celebrating their 45th reunion. And the class of 1981 celebrating their 40th year. These classes raised buku money towards the scholarship. So let's take a look at some highlights of what they did. It was fun.
From television studios in Goldsboro, North Carolina, it's the Dillard-Goldsboro Password Game. And here's your host, Miss Joanne Jones.
Welcome to the Dillard-Goldsboro Password Game. I am your host. My name is Joanne Jones. And today we have contestants, the class of 1981 and the class of 1976. So we're going to start with the class of 1981. Please introduce yourselves, give us a little bit of information so our audience will know who you are.
Good morning. My name is Tony Wooten. I'm the current president of the 19 class of 81. I'm also here today to represent the class. I reside here in Goldsboro, back in the area after about 33 years away. Been back in the area for about 7 years. I'm currently the Human Resources Manager at one of the local companies here, SPX Transformer Solutions. And I'm here today with my son Cameron in the audience.
Hi, Cameron.
Good morning. I'm Eddie Edwards, proud member of the Goldsboro High School class of 1981, retired from the United States Army, and I currently reside back here in the great city of Goldsboro. Happy to be here.
Thank you, Eddie. Now, the class of 1976, please introduce yourselves.
My name is Jerry Seitz. I'm the president of the bicentennial class of 1976. I have relocated here back to Goldsboro after several years away. I retired from AT&T. I reside here with my lovely wife, Deborah, and enjoying my kids and grandkids.
Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Jacqueline Shepherd Wooten. I currently reside in Goldsboro. I returned about 3 years ago. I am a proud member of the class of 1976, and I am IBM retired. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I am the proud person in the class of 1979, which is the best class. Just thought I'd throw that out there. But let's go over some simple rules. Like I said, that a kindergartner can follow. Okay, rule number 1. Person describing the word can only give one word clue. If the person says more than one word, it automatically goes to the opposing team. Rule number 2, if you mistakenly say the word, the other team gets 2 points. Rule number 3, you must win 2 out of 3 games to play taboo. Okay, are there any questions? Okay, we're going to get started. I'm going to give you your first word.
The password is plank.
Okay, before you get started, each team you're going to have 15 seconds to guess the word. When your 15 seconds are up, it goes to the next team. Are you ready? Okay, go. Class of 1981.
Arr.
Pirate.
Wood.
Fireplace.
Walk.
Plank.
Very good, yes. Brilliant point. Okay?
The password is change.
Hell, that sweat.
You don't see it.
Oh,
She
that's
see
fine.
it. You have to guess. Okay?
We have
Your
to
second word is, we're going to start with Class of 1976 this time. Class of 1976, go.
Switch.
Fifteen seconds.
Boom.
Very good. Good job, class of 76. Okay, your next word.
Password is silly.
Okay, the game is tied, so the winner of this set gets to play taboo. So we'll go with the class of 81. You may go.
Crazy.
Delusional.
Class of 76.
Funny.
Hilarious.
Acting.
Comedy.
Okay, 76.
Crazy.
Funny.
Okay, we'll go here one more time. If you don't get it this time, we're going to switch words. Class of 81.
Jerry Sykes.
Comedian.
So those are 2 words. So it goes to this team. Class of 76 wins. Silly. The word was silly.
Silly.
Listen, so you use 2 words, Jerry Sykes. Okay, you can't use but 1 word.
Jerry Sykes.
Right.
Yes.
I've been called that. Trust me. Trust me. Trust me.
No, you can't do that. It's only 1 word, remember. Class of 76, you're the winner. Okay, now you're getting ready to advance to taboo. Jerry, we're playing taboo. I'm going to give you a stack of cards. This is your clue. You cannot say any of these words. She has to guess this word, but you can't say any of these words, okay? Gotcha. You have a minute to describe that word. And if you say the word, you're going to hear this. That means you have to go to the next card.
Gotcha.
You ready?
Ready.
Okay, this is your timer.
It's when I don't want to work and we walk off your job.
Lazy.
You don't want to be there. You're complaining.
Quit.
No, everybody stops working. Something happened.
Get off.
You're not gonna go back anymore. No, everybody's carrying signs.
Protest.
No, pass. Not up.
Down.
It's something that you put your favorite dessert in. You scoop it.
Bowl.
Scoop it. Scoop it.
You got that one.
When something is not expected.
Surprise.
Okay, time's up, Jerry. Time's up. You have 2 points.
Yeah.
That was hard. I didn't get paid for this. Okay, now we're getting ready to start password. Class of 76, you're going to start off this round. I'm going to give you your word.
The password is expert.
Okay, class of 76, you may begin. Remember, you have 15 seconds.
Confident.
Sure.
Class of 70, 81.
Smart.
Intelligent.
Professional.
Doctor.
Okay, this is your last turn, class of 81. If you don't get it this time, we'll go on to another word. You have 15 seconds.
Top.
Intellectual.
Okay, your time's up. The word was expert. Okay. Okay. Your next word?
The password is Google.
Okay, we'll start with the class of 76.
15 seconds.
You have 15 seconds.
Internet.
Okay, class of 81, your turn.
Domain.
Website.
Search.
Google.
Yeah. Okay, your score is 1-0. Okay, we'll start with the class of 81 this time.
The password is Jane.
She don't show the word. He didn't see it. He didn't see it. Okay, class of 81, you may begin.
Reaction.
15 seconds.
Scared.
Keys.
Class of 81, I mean 76 turn.
Sorry. I thought it was
Link.
Join.
keys.
Shane?
Yes, yes. Did I do it wrong? So if she go this time?
Did he see the word?
No.
Of course I did.
Right.
So whose turn is it now? Okay, we'll begin with the class of 1981.
The password is fashion.
You have 15 seconds.
Dress.
Coat.
Style.
15 seconds.
Formal.
Class 81.
I know now.
Versace.
Fashion.
Yes. Good job, class of 81.
I had it then.
Your score is 2-1. Good job, class of 81. You won. You get to advance the taboo. And I explained the rules earlier. Even a kindergartner can follow.
Yeah.
Okay? So, with that being said,
He's gonna give it.
but he's going to give the clues? Okay.
We're going to show the first one.
I'm changing it.
Please put the first one on the bottom.
I did. Okay, so Mr. Edwards,
Yes.
these are your words. Remember, this is your word, these are your clues. He cannot say any of these words. I mean,
Okay.
you cannot say any of these words, and he has to describe it. If you say any of these words, you're going to hear this.
Okay.
Okay? My timer. Okay, your time begins now. Your time begins now.
Medical.
Doctor.
Skin.
Rash.
Shot.
Vaccination.
Flaky.
term tolerance?
Medication.
Medication.
Ointment.
Pass.
Yeah, pass.
Okay. Your time is almost up. Time's running out.
Pass.
Use the center.
Your time is up.
Too late now. That two looking good, boy. That two looking good. There we go. You can use
The
the
word
center.
was shingle. What was it there?
We got two more than you got.
Shingles and, I don't know. So the two terms.
Yeah. All that was on the card. France, Eiffel Tower, all that was on the card.
Didn't I tell you it was going to be fun? Okay, but right now, let's take a commercial break and we'll be right back with you.
We are inspired, we are prepared, we are Wayne, and we are awake, vigilant to the essential demands of employers, alert to the vital needs of our communities, ready to raise our voice and find our future. Opportunities are all around us, and we're not willing to wait. We are North Carolina's next generation of innovative professionals. We are Wayne.
Congratulations, Dillard-Goldsboro Alumni and Friends Incorporated. From the Goldsboro High School class of
1973.
All right, now we're back for our second round of the password game. We're going into our championship. Boy, we're sorry, class of 81. You just didn't quite have it all. But we thank you, class of 76. Now they're going to play the class of 71 for the championship.
Okay, welcome back to Password, Goldsboro Dillard Alumni Password Game. Now we still have the class of 76. This is our championship round. We've already introduced the class of 76, which is their 45th year. Okay, but now we have the class of 1971. Yay! Now would you please introduce yourself for our audience?
My name is Deborah Jean Braswell. Like she said, we're celebrating our 50th alumni high school graduation.
All right. Okay.
Hi, I'm Deidre Eagleson Coney. I currently reside in Durham, class of 71. I'm a retired RN, and we're here to win.
All right. Okay, now we've already gone over the rules of password. Does anybody have any questions? Any questions? If not, we're going to begin with the class of 1971. This is your first clue.
The password is parade.
Okay, we're going to begin with the class of 1971. You have 15 seconds. Go.
Homecoming.
Parade.
Very good. Very good. Okay, your next word.
I smell a rat.
Don't be hating.
Your next word will begin with the class of 1976. Go.
The password is dance.
You have 15 seconds.
Twist.
Ten seconds.
Turn.
Homecoming.
Dance.
Very good. 1971. Very good.
You doing the cabbage patch? I saw. Yeah. Yeah. Tighten him up. Yeah.
Do they have oh, I'm sorry. Okay, class of 1971, you won, so you advanced to taboo. Okay, start here. Okay, the same rules
I
apply.
feel that.
Same rules apply. Are there any questions? Are you ready? Okay, you may begin.
Food good for potassium.
Banana.
Very good. 1 point.
You go when you need some money.
Bank.
You take things to this place when you need some money.
Teller.
You take things to this place when you need some money, or when something is stolen. The police check at this place. Pass. When you're trying to impress somebody, you have a blanket.
Okay, time's running out.
With something to munch on.
Knickknacks, snacks, food.
Okay, your time is up. The word was picnic.
And contract.
Y'all use homecoming just like we use classmates.
Okay.
You missed it.
Okay. Now we're going to go back to password. This is your first clue.
I'm sorry you didn't catch it.
Class of 71. We'll start with the class of 71. Are you ready?
The password is motto.
Oh, Lord.
You have 15 seconds.
Slogan.
Word.
Good clue. Theme.
You have 15 seconds.
Event.
Okay, class of 71.
Company.
Motto.
Yeah, good job. Good job. You have a point. Okay. Your next word.
The password is camera.
We'll start with the class of 76. Are you ready? Let's go. You have 15 seconds. Starts now.
Photograph.
Picture.
Lens.
Camera.
Yay! Class of 71. Now, class of 71, you won, so now you advance to taboo.
Y'all was good after the first one. As soon as I said that, yeah, use that clue.
Good job. Y'all smart. You ready? Your time begins now.
You carry things in it.
Pocketbook.
Another.
Purse.
Yes.
Yes, good job.
You add things. You use this to add things.
Calculator.
It's a form of.
Add a machine. No.
It's.
Time is running out.
Oh crap. No, I'm gonna stay with that one. You use it in school. It's a form of teaching.
Math. Mathematics. Counting. Oh, form of teaching. Lecturer.
Time is running out.
Instructor.
It's a name of something that you use in school that you're teaching.
Presentation.
It's a kind of.
Okay, your time is up. Thank you. The arithmetic.
See, so there you said, look, she said
math was
add
one of
machine. See, that's where y'all went wrong. She said add machine. They don't exist no more.
You're right. You're right. You're
They
right.
got no add machine. You remember them up here?
Now we're going back to the password. Here's your first clue. We'll start with the class of 71.
Wind this on up.
71, you may begin.
Okay, I had a ball watching this game show. I'm telling you, it was awesome. Congratulations to the class of 1971. You did an outstanding job. Deborah Jean and Deirdre, you go girls for representing your class. We also would like to thank the decorations that were provided for us. It was awesome. And we just want to also thank the sponsors for making this all possible for our very first annual Dillard-Goldsboro Alumni and Friends Password. And these are some of the sponsors who made it possible for this password game. We'd like to thank James D. Barnes Sr., Deborah Jean Braswell, Deirdre Coney, Deep Reflection, Marie Gavin, Ronnie Grantham, Master Tax and Accounting Service, J.B. Rose Funeral Home, Joseph Silver and Associates, Silver and Associates, Washington Shoe Shop, Jewel Wilson, Jackie Yarborough, and the Goldsboro High School class of 1976. Thank you guys for making this possible. And because of this password game, the classes of 1971, 76, and 81 will give $3,165 towards the scholarship fund. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
On May 24, 2019, by unanimous vote, the Greater Charlotte chapter of Dillard-Goldsboro Alumni and Friends was approved to become the next charter chapter of Dillard-Goldsboro Alumni and Friends, Inc. We are working diligently to expand our reach in the Charlotte area. Our members and friends reside in the areas of Mecklenburg County, Gaston County, Union County, and York County in South Carolina. We are a small chapter, but we are on the move. Since inception, the Greater Charlotte chapter has taken part in several fundraising activities, including t-shirt sales, the first ever Legacy Baby photo contest, raffle tickets, partnership with Protect Your Skull Hydration and Recovery Drink, and community service volunteer opportunities for Care Winds, the Carolina Panthers, and the Charlotte Hornets. The Greater Charlotte chapter will continue to support the mission of Dillard-Goldsboro Alumni and Friends by raising money to support high school graduates in their quest to attend institutions of higher learning. In addition, we intend to expand our reach in the Charlotte community by providing scholarships to local candidates and participating in community service projects. All of these efforts are directly linked to the power that God has placed in each and every one of us, and that power is to be used to inspire others to greatness. And that's what we, the Greater Charlotte chapter of Dillard-Goldsboro Alumni and Friends, are striving for. If you would like to become a member of the Charlotte chapter, our contact information is provided here.
Hello again, this is Willie G. Davis from Charlotte, North Carolina, and I love it down here, and the people that's down here better come and join this chapter because we on the move.
I am Marshalla Reed. Most people call me Janet, graduate of Goldsboro High School, 1980, the class that led the 80s.
Vanessa Holloway Lane, class of 1985, Goldsboro High School, the best class that ever walked the halls of Goldsboro High School, 1985.
You just say something. Put you on the spot.
I see you did. Thank you, Willie.
Hey everyone, my name is Dgaf Atkinson Sr. I'm the president of the Triangle chapter of the Dillard-Goldsboro Alumni and Friends Incorporated. I'm also a graduate of the class of 1996 from Goldsboro High School. We bring you greetings from the Martin Luther King Jr. statue here in Southeast Raleigh, North Carolina on this beautiful day.
Hi, my name is Douglas Horn. I'm the class of 1984. I'm the vice president of the Triangle chapter.
Hola, I am Keisha Smith. I'm out here in these Raleigh streets representing the class of 1988, and I am the treasurer of the Triangle chapter.
Hi, I'm Verna Best, class of 1989. You know, we the best, member at large for the Triangle chapter.
So we're calling for all Goldsboro High School and Dillard High School graduates in the Raleigh, Durham, Chapel Hill, and surrounding areas to come join the newest chapter in this great organization. We're doing a lot of great things for our young people in Goldsboro, and we could certainly use your help.
If you would like more information or if you have some questions, you can email us at dillardgoldsborotriangle@gmail.com.
We started the Triangle chapter in order to give the Goldsboro High alumni in this area a way to focus our efforts to be able to help the Goldsboro community.
So from the Triangle chapter, we welcome you to our Memorial Day weekend. We certainly hope you're all safe and well, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
My name is Gary Packer, and I'm the National President of Dillard-Goldsboro Alumni and Friends Incorporated. Tonight, we have a special event just for you. We want to introduce you to something that has been a historical thing of this organization from its existence. You know, we always hear people talk about history, and some people even say his story. But for us, this is our history from the inception of the organization throughout the years, showcasing so many things and accomplishments they have done throughout this organization. So tonight, just for you, we're going to take you on a tour to our archives rooms and let you become a part of our history. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Raymond Smith Jr. I am the president of the Goldsboro chapter of Dillard-Goldsboro Alumni and Friends Incorporated. And I am here today with the beautiful, the illustrious Miss Velma Atkinson. She is the curator of our archives. Velma, how are you today?
I'm doing fine today. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic.
Great.
It is good to see you always.
You too.
All right. Well, let's begin today about talking about your role as the curator of our archives. How did that come about? Where are we with that, and what would you like folks to know about it?
Okay. I'm Velma Forbes Atkinson, and the Dillard High School archives came about in 2005. One of our classmates, Manus Holmes,
yes,
he came to the class and he said, you know, we really need to do something about preserving the material for Dillard High School. So he wrote a letter, we wrote a letter from the class to the board, and the board approved that we could start the archive. So it was in 2005 when we had open house for the archive, and this is how it came about. And the class of 1954 was selected to be in charge. So we made a committee, and from that's how we got started.
That's what this organization is all about. It's about leaving a legacy, and we can always say that Manus Holmes and his vision is left us a legacy here for our Alumni Association. So now, there's something else about you that people may not know. We've had only a handful of national presidents in this organization, and it's my understanding that you were the first and to this day, the only female national president this organization has ever had. Can you tell us all about that?
Okay, yes. It was a pleasure to be selected and be chosen for one of the Dillard Alumni and Friends National President. And it was a joy to serve, and during that time, it was a time of unity and working together, and it was like at a time in the organization when they decided they needed a change.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
At one time we only had executive secretary and the other chapters.
Yes.
So it was decided that we would have a national president, and of course Mr. James Lee Faison was our first president.
My uncle, my great uncle.
Oh, your family,
My grandmama's brother.
Your mama's brother.
Yeah.
Okay. And after that, I was president.
Yes.
Okay, for 6 years.
Absolutely.
And during that tenure of 6 years, I was very, very excited.
Yes.
And my motto was that plan your work and work your plan. So this is what I tried to do, and it worked out. I think we was able to, under the administration of James, he was chosen to be the person to seek for a building for the alumni. Okay, and this happened under his administration. And under my administration, it was time to renovate.
Absolutely.
So they renovated the over the Neal Stitt building area, and on the north side, it was for daycare and school enrichment, and this all happened under my administration, and I was just so pleased with that.
That's absolutely fantastic. And as you well know, that those efforts to this day, when you walk around the campus and you see where we came from, where we started, and when we got this facility, there was a big old tree growing in the middle of the room that we're sitting in right now. There was only 3 walls.
Right.
There were no roof.
Right.
And look at this edifice now. It's beautiful. So how does that make you feel when you see that from where we came from?
I tell you, to be a part of seeing how the Dillard alumni has grown, and to be a part of seeing how their headquarters have just blossomed, it just makes me feel so good, okay? And of course, we was able to serve the community.
Yes.
And able to have more input into scholarship. Now that scholarship is my pet thing.
That's our bread and butter.
That's our bread and butter. That's it.
Yeah. Ms. Atkinson, that was outstanding, and it just gives me chills to hear the story and how all of this transpired. That being said, can we walk over there and take a look at some things over in the building and the facility that you helped to create and develop over in the Neal Stitt building, and take a look at the archives room?
Oh, sure. I'd be glad to go with you. Yes.
Outstanding. Well, let's go take a look.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
While giving Mr. Smith a tour, you can tell the excitement in Miss Atkinson's voice as she strolled down memory lane.
This is my class.
This is
right here. Can you find me up there right now?
Let me see if I can find Miss Velma. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Miss Stokes was our homeroom teacher, and Mr. Neal Stitt.
Absolutely.
Oh, yes. And we kept in touch with each other all through the years. All through the years. She always come for our homecoming.
Well, you know, that's amazing because these are memories that I think we all can identify with, no matter what we came from. Because when Mr. Stitt was still teaching when I came through high school. So what was it like back in those days?
Oh, I tell you, it was just it was a joy because they was always encouraging us and making sure that we was going to the right classes, and we had teachers like Miss Minnis.
Oh, yes.
Remember them?
I do.
Yeah, and we had a Latin teacher, Miss we did have Latin now back
Okay,
then.
okay. Well, that's awesome. I knew a lot of your classmates. I grew up with their children, like William Smith, Bunk. His son Bill and I were best friends growing up. We were, as a matter of fact, we were classmates. And so, well, 1955. That's my dad's class.
Really?
Yes, yes.
Really?
There he is, right here.
Yes, yes. That's Raymond Smith.
That's Raymond Smith Sr.
Okay.
But yeah, this is my dad's class, and I often feel like because of me growing up in the Alumni Association like I did, I know these folks just like they were part of my life. They were all part of my life, and you know, his classmates, Marvin Inman, and you know, Arthur Rayford, all those guys. They were just always been a part of my life, and the Alumni Association just brought all of that closer together. And of course, when my dad became national president, you know, that even brought it closer to home. So, you know, of course, you know the work he and my mother did in the Alumni Association. But this is family, you know, and Mr. Archie Daniels, he still lives right around the corner. John Sherman Best, who was the first county commissioner, black county commissioner for all of Wayne County. You know, these are just people who I don't even know that I would know anything other than these folks. Prince Albert Best Jr., he was the first black city council, first black school board member. All of these from the same class.
And that's one of the things about Dillard High School, Dillard alumni, is that there's so many that few pictures that we see today that now have positions. Has good, you know,
done well in life.
I mean, they have come a long ways, and they use the knowledge that they were receiving.
Absolutely.
And not, you know, being selfish, but you know, this was like in the purple and gold days.
Purple and gold days. Oh yes. Before the blue and gold.
The purple and gold days before the blue and gold.
So this is how everything got started. Right?
This is how everything got started right here.
And this was the first committee.
It was the first committee.
Okay. All right.
So then we started to make a little history. This is the history of that colored school.
Yeah, I remember when Mama worked on that.
Talked about that.
Yeah, because that's she signed it.
Yes. Yeah, she worked on that. Okay. And this is Dillard High School story. Okay. And it was in 1923 when he gave the keys to Professor Brown.
Okay.
And these are some of our older classes, of course. They're 1936, 1937. That's way back then.
Oh, yes.
Purple and gold time, I tell you.
Wow.
Okay. These are just different programs.
Okay.
This is a name change. This is when they talked about changing Dillard. At one point, they wanted to give Goldsboro High, something like that.
Right.
The Dillard and Goldsboro High. It's a long conversation there. But I, gather whatever I gather, I try to preserve it.
Okay.
Okay. Now this one, of course, is Dillard. This is a picture of the old school, 504 Elm, and our Mr. Brown.
Yes.
And this is the secretary. Isn't that great? That's so precious.
It is.
That is just so precious.
I called the school to talk to my mama, and Miss Stark would answer the phone. Because when she was teaching at Dillard, I called there, and Miss Stark would answer the phone, and she would send my message.
Yeah. And this is her typewriter. And this is an adding machine.
Oh, yes.
That's a joy.
Yeah. I'm surprised it doesn't have one of those crank arms.
That's the one. Some of the paper's still in it.
Paper.
And this is one the kids don't recognize
They don't know what that is.
Wow. And these are certificates and class memory songs.
Wow. Now, Ms. Velma, I've been in here 1,000 times, and every time I come in here, I see something new. Tell me about these items here. What are they?
Okay. This item is one of the lights from the Dillard High School on Elm Street. This is actually one of the lights from the classroom. Okay?
Wow.
And the bricks are bricks from Dillard building. This is actually bricks. These are original bricks from Dillard.
Okay. Okay. And I see we have a trowel here donated by Mr. Bobby Middleton.
Okay.
I'm sure he was one of the students in the brick mason classes that you talked about.
Yes.
And his son, Bobby Middleton Jr., was my high school classmate.
Okay.
So we have that's how history.
That's how history keeps going. Okay. And yeah, and see during that time with the vocational school, see this is part of. We have some good bricklayers.
Bricklaying, radio, auto
mechanic.
Wow. So when you left that high school, you were ready to go.
You was ready to go.
Awesome.
You was ready to go.
And of course, these are our founding national presidents. Of course, Mr. Stitt was first executive secretary. Tell us about that.
Okay. All right, Mr. Stitt was the first executive secretary, and James Lee Faison was our first president. And as I had stated earlier today, he was responsible for forming the committee to go out and search and find a place, a headquarters for Dillard alumni. And East End School was chosen. And Velma Atkinson, she was the second.
Oh, right. We know her?
Yeah, look familiar, right?
Exactly.
And president, and under her administration, we was able to renovate the South Building and the North Building. And the South Building was used for daycare and enrichment program. And the South Building was used for sororities and et cetera. Okay, and under Raymond Smith administration, he was the one.
I know that guy.
He looked familiar too, doesn't he? He was the one that initiated and put together the team to renovate the gym that had the tree in it.
Yeah.
Okay, along with Mr. Lofton and others.
Mr. William Paul Pitt.
And William Paul Pitt and others. He was the one to make sure that
Let's not forget Scan Smith, because he'll get us.
Yeah, Scan Smith. Oh yes, Scan Smith, definitely, yes.
And they also did the parking lot paving project too during that time, because the parking lot was still muddy and dirt. So
yeah.
Awesome.
So in other words, it was progress. This is what I love about Dillard alumni.
So what we see here now happened during these three administrations.
Right.
Okay. And so it's up to the rest of us to build from there, right?
To build from there, okay, and keep the legacy going.
All right.
Yes. How can I put it? It's information. You may open up a binary and it would have minutes from when the school board or the school teachers would come together and decide how they're going to do lesson plans and what they're going to do, to develop the kids. You may look in one and find your report card.
Wow.
Okay? You may look in one and you'll see lesson plans, and you'll see it's just things that material that they used at Dillard for different things. You may find some receipts. It's just information, so it's a load of good history there.
Is there any way that we can possibly open one, or are they too fragile?
Okay. This one has a roster of the teachers in the colored system. This is when, we was in the segregated time. This is a list of the name of all the teachers. Okay. And from 1939 to 40, not only, I think this was just Dillard alumni, okay? And some of this is handwritten, and some is typed. The school calendar, they have in here on what they were doing on open day, okay? Fire Prevention Week, Christmas holiday. This was their schedule. This was actually scheduled. I mean, and this is just original papers here too. And like, like here, Greenleaf School, East End School, School Street School. This has colored school enrollment. This is on September the 8th, 1939. It's telling you how many boys was in school, how many girls, and the total. This is how they kept their records. They didn't have computers during that time. Just loads of information. It's just unbelievable.
When the kids used to go to Connecticut and to crop tobacco.
Yes, yes.
Wow, I never got a chance to do that.
I didn't either.
They stopped that program when I was coming along.
Oh, they did. I didn't get a chance to go.
What do we have here? What is this?
Oh, okay.
This is the Queen's
This
chair?
is the Queen's chair.
Oh,
okay.
my goodness.
Of course, you know, the Queen would always be fancy.
Absolutely.
So
you got
this
the
is
crown and everything.
Yeah, this is the Queen's crown.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm going to pull it up for you a little bit so you can see.
That's outstanding.
Isn't that nice?
That's beautiful.
We'll be so proud of our queens and kings.
That's got some history underneath it.
Oh, yes, oh, yes.
Absolutely. And this is one of the Queen's gowns?
One of the Queen's gowns and one of the Queen's trophies.
Oh.
Well, you know, nowadays they like the tiara, a little small one.
Oh, yeah.
But this is what.
Wow. That's outstanding.
Okay.
And this is the ribbon they used to put on the...
Oh, this is just, this is one ribbon. Different years they would do different things, you know.
New York won it in 1984, huh?
1984, and that was Almeda, my sister.
Your sister, okay.
Yeah, and they would do different things, different years, you know. So that just happened to be one of her little things.
And this right here, this is a sad book, but certainly one that is heartwarming as well. These are obituaries for
Right, this is my memorial area. It's my memorial area. And this is why I collect material from anyone. You have any person that connected with Dillard alumni, I'll gladly, you know, if you'd like to give me an obituary, I'll gladly take it and put it near our memorial. This is our memorial area, okay?
So Miss Stark lived to 2010. Wow.
2010.
Wow.
Okay, and of course that's Miss Thelma.
And Mom and
And that's Mr. John Harper.
Yes, yes.
Okay, yes, sir.
He was my dad's classmate. That's a 55.
55.
Matter of fact, I think he was vice president of their class. And he went on to really do great things.
He went on to, I tell you, Dillard has had some people to go on to do great things, and he's one of them.
They've got a school named after him in Virginia.
Yes, yes.
They sure do.
In Virginia, yes.
All from Dillard High School.
Yeah, all from Dillard. All started out at Dillard High School, I tell you.
The vocation piece, so that is very critical. So where are we now with Dillard-Goldsboro alumni? Where do you see us now? Where are we in a transitional phase? Are we still growing? Where do you see us at right now?
Well, Dillard alumni friends have always been a growing group. Okay, it did not start out with 8, 9. 3 or 4 or 5 chapters or whatever. Okay, we started out just as Dillard alumni. When Professor Brown said that he, wanted his children to come home.
Yes.
And so we came home, and I was one of them on that bus for the first time.
All right.
So we all know how long that's been.
All right.
And from that, we have grown to chapters in different places out of town, like Boston, New York, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C. And now we have continued to grow. Every 4, 5, 6 years, there has been progress. And at the same time, we're still working on progress. I believe in unity. I believe in growth, and I do not give up. So I do not give up on Dillard alumni. Dillard alumni will grow.
Outstanding, outstanding. Yes. And as you talk about the growth of Dillard-Goldsboro alumni, one of the things that I think a lot of people don't understand is there is a connection between all of the events that we see during Memorial Day weekend. Years ago, H.V. Brown Park was a hotspot for the younger crowd. And a lot of them didn't know who H.V. Brown was. Hugh Victor Brown is the reason why this alumni exists.
Right.
However, that connection, you know, is what a lot of people don't necessarily make. They look at the number of people who purchase memberships, for instance, versus the number of people who show up on Memorial Day weekend. And that is one of the, I think, one of the big challenges as we go forward for this alumni association. And I think in having discussions with various members from various different groups, that the future of this organization is critical, but I believe that the future of this organization relies in the class structure, because classes have a much more cohesive bond, because they graduated together, they grew up together, they fought together, they played sports together, those types of things. So let's talk about the future of Dillard-Goldsboro alumni and how you see us as we go forward in the future.
Okay. Well, I see, as you say, Dillard alumni, the classes. And the reason for that is, of course, is that Dillard High School is not there any longer, but that don't mean that we cannot preserve their memories. And there come a time in life when you do have to step out. And we need to encourage each class in some way to come and visit the archive room and see that Dillard was a strong organization, strong school, and how it transitioned from Dillard to Goldsboro High. So that means when you make a connection, just like making a connection with a family.
Absolutely.
When you get married to another family.
That's true.
Okay? So we got married to Goldsboro High School. So we now a family.
Yes.
So Goldsboro High is like a bridge for us. It's like a bridge.
Yes.
Goldsboro High is like a bridge. And we as Dillard is reaching out our hands, okay? And somewhere down the line, yes, it can connect. It can connect. And it would be a beautiful thing to see it connect 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 classes, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It would just be beautiful, and it can happen. So I would like to see us try to do more, inviting them to come in and listen, come in and ask questions, come in and be a part and see this great organization.
That's outstanding, Ms. Atkinson. And as you say that, I'm reminded of the fact that I too am a first. I'm the first Goldsboro High School graduate to be elected as national president of this illustrious organization. And of course, my time as national president was very brief, but by the same token, it was very enriching and it was very rewarding. And being a part of that history is something that I think is going to be critical and vital going forward. And we currently have a national president, Mr. Gary Packer, who was also a Goldsboro High School graduate. He was my classmate, class of 1979. Shout out. But I do believe that the future of our organization rests squarely on the shoulders of our Goldsboro High School graduates, because we are all one family, as you say.
All
and
one
I
family.
Absolutely agree with you 100%. And thank you so very much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Do you have any last words, any parting words that you'd like to share with the folks that are looking all across the nation?
Well, I'll just like to say I'm so happy to have this opportunity. I've been connected with Dillard-Goldsboro alumni and friends for many, many years, and I just feel so happy today to be a part of this, and I will continue to do what I can to help make a connection and to help make the family stronger. Okay, so to all the Goldsboro High classes out there, I just ask if you will come into the family. You're welcome. You're welcome into the family of Dillard-Goldsboro alumni and friends. We're not able to tell you everything in this short interview, yes. But if you come visit the archive room, or if you come and talk with any of the officers, Mr. Packer, Mr. Smith, and all the other national leaders, you can seek information. And I believe you will want to be a part of this Dillard-Goldsboro alumni. Thank you.
Outstanding, outstanding. And as we close, that says it all. Ms. Atkinson is inviting all of us who are graduates of Goldsboro High School to come on board. Take your seat at the table. There's room, there's plenty room, as they say in my Father's kingdom, and there's plenty room in the Dillard-Goldsboro Alumni and Friends Incorporated. See you guys soon. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Wayne Acock, Chairman of Wayne County Board of Commissioners. I'd like to welcome the Dillard-Goldsboro Alumni Association having your annual convention here in Goldsboro. And we'd also like to thank you for all of the good deeds you do for Wayne County and the community. And we thank you for the scholarship program that you provide. And again, thank you for being in Wayne County, and we hope to see you again soon.
William James Smith. William Skin Smith. Dillard High School, and I don't know what year it was, but we went to Dillard High School, and I left Dillard High School and went in the Navy. Stayed in the Navy 2 years, came back and went back to Dillard High School. Well, the fun that I had down there. Dillard High School was a great school. Dillard High School football teams, baseball teams, basketball teams, everything was great in them days. And we enjoyed every bit of it. We used to travel east all the games. Football, baseball, basketball. We used to travel. And but my daddy being a mechanic, I had an old piece of car all the time, kept a car all the time. Really, we could go and I'd take a ride with me. And we enjoyed the school. The band was great. The band was the greatest band in North Carolina at the time.
Were you in the band?
Yeah. No, I drove. They bought this in, I don't know what year it was, but when they bought that new yellow bus, and was in school, and I drove that bus. And took the band, football, baseball, and the basketball team, and one of my favorite things that I had during the bus drive was with Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown rode with me on the bus one time, and and he said I was speeding. He didn't tell me about it that day. Came back, and the next morning, he was on the microphone. William Smith, come to the office. And when I got to the office, he told me, he said, William Smith, he said, I will ground you. You were speeding yesterday. I said, Mr. Brown, you didn't say nothing to me about speeding yesterday. No, I just let you go and do what you were doing. And Mr. Johnson, Henry Johnson, band leader. And when Mr. Johnson got ready to go on the trip, he called me, said, hey, look, we got a trip coming up. I said, when? He said, told me. And I said, well, Mr. Brown grounded me. He said, grounded you? I said, yeah. He said, no, I ain't letting nobody else drive me but you. He said, ain't nobody else gonna drive me but you. And he went to Mr. Brown, and they talked. So he come back and said, okay, you're all right. I went on, my father, he taught auto mechanics down at Dillard High School during the veteran year. And that's when I was back down there. Oh, Mr. Brown was a great principal. Mr. Brown was a great principal. There ain't nobody, I don't think that nobody could be no better than he was. People thought he was mean and bad, but the man was, he had some, I don't know what it was. He had something, and during that time, there was a lot of things that the black school didn't get. But what would happen, Mr. Brown, I don't know, he had some kind of foresight or something. He could see, and what he did, he would gather things, even after the white kids had used them, and bring them to school, books, and all this, anything that he could bring from over here on this side to school, and put it to work, and he make it work. And he made it work, and he was a wonderful principal. He was a great principal. I mean, you know, I remember several times during school, we slip off up on James Street. And he looked down the hill, see him coming up the hill, walk. Everybody take off, start running.
What y'all doing on James Street? You can't tell that part,
no. Mr. Brown started the alumni. Well, I say 54. He somewhere or another, he decided I want some of my children to come back home and be with me for a weekend. And he started writing letters and stuff. And then the first year we had the Alumni Association, we had a queen. But the first president was Mr. Orridge, George Orridge, was the first president. And the first queen was Glory Kurt. Glory Kurt was the first queen. And we gave $50 for scholarship that year. $50 for that year. And you talking about money, it was hard to raise that $50 to get that money, get that, and you know, and expenses and everything, and give that $50. And the next year is when the New York chapter, New York group got together, and they started the village started the alumni and brought it back. And they came back that next year on a bus, the whole bus load. And I remember that my sister was kind of in that, and she was kind of a motivator in that first year coming back. Jean Bass was another one of the great motivators in that year. And they came back that year, and Mr. Brown was just tickled. He was just happy as he could be. And we went on through the years, and we had picnics. And the picnics we had was so big, got so big until we couldn't even find a place to go. Where we go, they put us out. The next year, we know, okay, come back in. And so finally we wound up East-End over there. Somehow or another, they got hold of about the school over there. And at that time, I was on the board. And let's see, Mac Hicks, Leroy Clark, and Marcel, and Davis, Miss Margaret Davis. We all was over there at the school and met with the man and got the deed and all that together for that school, for the East End school. And from there on, it's just been a great thing. I worked over there for years, helping get that stuff together and painted over there, painted rooms. Anything that I could do. Work in the yard and kept the yard going for years and years. And up to Neil and myself. People say Neil and Skin run this stuff together.
Ernestine Whitted Wooten. I was born March the 10th, 1925. I graduated from Dillard High School in 1941. I always enjoyed going to school because our dad taught us from very small children that going to school was our work. And the main thing he told you every Sunday morning before you said your Bible verse, and that meant you had to learn a new Bible verse for every Sunday morning before you got to eat one of Mama's good biscuits. And this was what he said: you go to school, that's your work, and when you go to school, you have not finished until you finish college. So therefore, if you've married someone and they didn't take care of you, you could take care of yourself. And as I said, we heard that every Sunday morning. Going to school was a happy time. As I said, we started at School Street School, and all of our teachers were just wonderful. And of course, then I got to Dillard. I was very quiet, and I enjoyed going to school every day. And we walked to school. My daddy said that before he married, he bought the property that our home house is in today. He said, my children will not have far to walk to school. We were given a route to go to and from school. You could not deviate from that. Mama said, go this way and come back home this way. And that's what we did all our lives. Oh, we enjoyed school play. At that time, they had school plays. And once a year, you look forward to being in the school play. Over at Dillard High School, now thing that was really exciting, Mr. Brown would have us to come to chapel and say if there was a baseball game on, and he would we would have chapel. And he would let you listen, especially to the World Series. You look forward to that. And he explained to you what they were doing and how they were doing it. And Mr. Brown put it on the board. And you just enjoyed that. Also, Mr. Brown helped us with football. And football is my favorite sport today. And we looked, and the one reason I like football so much, because once they line up, I know exactly what they're going to try to do. And of course, so does the defense. So now you want to know how the offensive one that you're pulling for is going to get around the defense. And that's very exciting. So when I went to college, football was still my favorite, and it is still my favorite today.
So did you go to football games at Dillard? Did you go to the game?
Oh, I went to every football game that we had at Dillard High School. Now when we were going to school, they didn't have night football, and they would have the football game at 1 o'clock. So if by them they're having the football game at 1 o'clock, you could go to the game and get home within the time your mama expected you to be home. In other words, if there was a football game, she would say, you may go to the football game, but you must be home before night. So once the football game was over, I started running, and I would run all the way home. This is the truth, mister.
I believe you.
I tell you.
But you won't make daddy bad, you know.
and I lived in Little Washington, and the football game was over there in the area now where that swimming pool is. That's where they had the football games. But honey, I knew how to run. All of our teachers worked with us to make sure, number one, that you understood your work. Every teacher I had, they were kind to you. They acted like they loved you. Each year they had what they called a school closing play. And of course, according to your conduct and so forth, you were asked to take a part in the school closing play. So you looked forward to being in the school closing play every year. At Dillard, we had a teacher named Miss Rosa Gray. And Miss Gray had plays, but most of her plays were Shakespearean plays, which were excellent. And that's how we learned Shakespeare, through her classes. Now, going back to when I was in the Latin class, the teachers sat us in alphabetical order. And to my left, there was a young guy named John Henry Wooten. And that's how I met him. Now, he was not my boyfriend, I tell you that, but we became good friends. And of course, in the end, we were real good friends. And we got married.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
But that's how I met him in high school.
That's awesome. That's awesome. What grade was that when you met him?
Oh, I probably was in the 10th grade by that time.
10th grade?
9th to 10th grade.
Wow. Wow.
I met him. And we were friends. We were not, and my daughter came up, we were not boyfriend and girlfriend. We just were friends.
Right.
Mr. Hugh B. Brown, as principal, inspired you to want to go on, to keep going. That was an inspiration. I was blessed. I had inspiration from home and school. Mr. Hugh B. Brown, I'm going to say I didn't realize it until I got to college, but Mr. Hugh B. Brown was a principal second to none. And the reason I say that, because he made sure we were introduced to sports. And another thing we had at Dillard High School, we had what they call an industrial arts department. And at that time, of course, you didn't know it. Everybody didn't even want to go to college. But the boys who did not want to go could take a trade. And I don't know if anyone has ever told you, but they had brick mason, cabinet making, all kinds of building. And of course we had football, basketball. And we had a band. And our band was second to none. That Dillard High School band was something. It was so good until after we had my son, and I wanted to make sure when he got to Dillard, he would be allowed to play in the band. I was so wanted him in there so bad. When he finished, before he got to high school, I sent him to A&T for a summer program to make sure he could play well enough to get in the Dillard High School band. That's how much I wanted him in it.
That's awesome.
So he went to A&T for a whole summer school. Now, Miss Geneva Hamilton, Miss Geneva Hamilton, John and I, and some others got together and decided that it would be helpful if we had an alum. That's when we got the scholarship program. And I like to tell everybody, every Saturday morning, we sold donuts to help get some money in the scholarship program. I would say Miss Hamilton, I mean, she was really into it. And John and I got into it. Of course, it grew. And they have the lady that's in charge of it now, Miss Patricia Burden. She is just awesome. We are so, and we are very proud of that Dillard alumni. And I like to tell this story. Each year, they have, before the pandemic, we would have the scholarship program on Thursday evening. And it would be 3 years ago now. This young man asked to take a part on the Dillard High School scholarship program. And of course, it was granted. And he told the story that money he got from the scholarship program helped him to go to school. And now, and he played an instrument. But so, sometimes you don't need a lot, but you need a little push. That's right. And so the scholarship program will give you that little push, and you can keep on going.
Awesome. That's awesome.
And we have had students that have benefited from the scholarship program that are now contributing to it. And that's a wonderful thing.
It is.
So, because our children sometimes don't have as much as others. Some don't have as much as others. But if you will help that one can get out, and then that one can help somebody else. My message, I believe, first of all, my message would say, number one, God loves everybody. And when we were born for a specific purpose. God had us born where He wanted to use you. And I would say that getting together and working with each other, listen to each other. And then it might not be exactly what you want, but then see how you all can come together. To me, I say in unity, there's strength. No one person, even though it's something you love and want to do, no one person can do it all. You need help. No matter how smart you are, there's an area in which you're going to need some help. And you will listen, come in a group and talk about what would you like to do? How should we do it? And it might be a person sitting over there quiet, hadn't said a word. And then when you know anything, that person will say something that will seal it. So I would say working together and listening to each other